How are we in?
All right, we are live.
All right.
We are live and we are rolling. All right. All right. That makes me happy. Okay. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Halfdolo. I game because I'm winning. Much love to everybody out there, man. It is your boy Halfdolo. Look, we are here for the second season. Matter of fact, this is the second episode of the second season, and I got a wonderful, wonderful treat for you guys tonight. Listen, it's extremely important for everybody to listen up closely. For those of you that will be listening to this all over the world, I just want to say I'm so excited about our guest tonight. And you guys are going to be very, and when I say very happy to hear everything that he has to say, his journey. And I just want to introduce everybody to just check out my boy. Welcome to the show, Robert Carlton, the owner of AcesFryGuy. And I just want to say I'm super excited to talk to him tonight. It's been a super duper pleasure to meet you, Rob. So just say something to the folks. Say hello to everybody.
Hello, everyone. How y'all doing out there?
Absolutely. It is a wonderful thing, and I'm super excited about our show tonight because so many people need to hear what you have to say. And I guess let me start off by saying this. I have to say this, Rob. A lot of people don't understand how big it is, but how did you meet Halfdolo?
Well, very interesting, Dolo. Uh, well, we actually met in Las Vegas. It
All
was at a
right,
conference.
at SciCon 2026. Yes, indeed. Listen, I was a panelist out there at SciCon and was out there with a bunch of multimillionaires and people that are striving to do an amazing thing in sports, let alone innovation and different things as such. But I have to I have to yield. I want everybody to hear your story, Robert. I mean, I was so excited to hear everything that you had to tell me about your story. So, I know that you own Ace's Fry Guy. So, tell us a little about Ace's Fry Guy and what's up next with Ace's Fry Guy. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, Aces Fry Guy is a hold on one second. Aces Guy, it's a started food truck business, and we kind of just just kind of started it up, came up with ideas, this and that, and it was a journey that stops, that I've
Oh,
running,
you coming in and
and
out, Robert. Maybe you're in a different area. Uh, you coming in and out.
am I
Let's
coming in and out?
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Oh yeah, it's much better. Much better.
Okay. Yeah, and like I said, Aces Fry Guy, it's a food truck business that I've started, and with that, it's been a very exciting journey.
Okay.
It really has. A lot of people don't realize the hustle of and what it takes to, like, just to start in a food truck actually, and actually just being in business. It takes a lot of hard work, a lot of dedication, things of that nature. And you have to really understand it, because a lot of you know people think it's easy and it sounds good. Everything sounds good when you think about it. You got an idea and you're like, oh man, that sounds really good. you
Right.
know but but when you actually bring that, I try to bring the idea to life, there's a lot more behind it. And, and these are the things that you have to really look at is, what it takes to really get life. And that's where your journey ends.
Okay. Okay. Okay, good, good. Yeah, so wherever you're at, it sounds good. It's not going in and out. What I wanted to ask you is because this is a gaming podcast and we've expanded in our second season. We're reaching out to everybody that not just necessarily competitive gamers or casual gamers, but those that have gamed that are doing business, such as yourself. But what games did you play when you were growing up? What was like a big deal for you?
Well, when I was coming up, I'm old school. And the games that really, caught my attention coming up in my era was Defender,
Oh,
Asteroid,
yeah.
they had a Tecmo, things of that nature,
Okay.
It's not like it is today, but that was like the beginning of the era, kind of, people getting into the gaming.
Okay. Okay.
And yeah, and it's been quite a journey on where it has went from there to now. So
Okay, cool. So, I wanted to ask you, like, so I know that you're a entrepreneur, and I know based upon our conversations and the stuff that we had, I know people want to know. Some people are interested on like how you got started, the gaming aspect, of course, what you talked about, asteroids, etc., and Centipede, Pac-Man, all that good stuff. Um, but how did you come up with the name AcesFryGuy, and tell everybody where you're from and where they can see your business?
okay, I'm from Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Okay.
I was born in Albuquerque, and that's where Aces Pry Guy has started. Um, how this even came out with the whole Aces Fry Guy thing, it really started out with, I had a vision of what I wanted, of something that I wanted to do,
Okay.
just coming off of other different ventures and things of that nature. But what really sparked it and really sparked for me to really get this started and really bring it to life, it was, when my 13-year-old son passed away.
Oh my
And
goodness. Condolences. Condolences.
right. And that was like a real, very emotional time for me
Hmm.
and things that I had to go through. I mean, I just, I went through a lot of different things and struggles and things, from that.
Hmm.
And, yeah, I even ended up having a slight heart attack and because it was just pain, man. And I didn't know how to deal with it.
Yeah.
And so, you know, as all this was going on and this and that, what I wanted to do was create some kind of legacy for him,
That's
and
amazing.
and that's when I came up with the name Aces. It is named after him. He was 13 years old, and he passed away in a car accident. His grandpa um, had him behind the wheel driving. I get emotional when I talk about this. You can excuse me,
Yeah,
but
you good. You good.
um, and the car flipped, and he wasn't even supposed to have been driving. And yeah, it's a big old thing behind it. And he's beautiful soul, man. That was gone too soon, but he's in God's hands now, and
Amen.
you
Amen.
know, and I have to hear from being on the earth and dealing with it's a whole different thing. But I know he's in good hands. But that's what inspired me to um with this whole food truck thing. I had other ideas, but then after all that, I came up with the name Aces Fry Guy.
Awesome.
And, a lot of stuff that I did in here and like the Taki guys, because that boy loves, and, you know,
you said he loved the Takis. That's
loves
good.
the Takis. And that's created a Taki fry and things of that nature. And, love chicken, and get these chicken sandwiches everything.
Okay.
Chicken,
Well,
yeah, chicken sandwich. Um, and that's what kind of inspired me to come up with the fry guy, different flavors of fries and, different chicken tender flavors and things of that nature. So, yeah, it was a pretty harsh, but, amazing journey at the same time of just how everything just happened to come to life. So,
awesome, awesome. Well, I want to say much condolences to you, and I want to say I'm thankful for you creating a legacy for your son. And we have people that are listening right now that want some of these fries. They want some of these fries, man. I'm telling you right now, they're excited. It's like, man, Dolo, I really would like to get some of these fries. So and I know Ace is down, looking down from heaven and saying, good job, Pop. And I know he's proud of you. And we all, wish you a wonderful, wonderful uh, blessing and success, because I know we have to get into that part of the aspect of the business, but before we go any further, I would like to introduce everybody to our sponsor before we get started on the next part of this wonderful interview with Robert Carlton. He is the CEO of AcesFryGuy franchise, and pretty soon he'll talk to you guys about what's next. And I'm super excited. Oh my God, I'm so super excited. But let's go ahead and pull up our sponsor for today's podcast, which is none other than Declare Your NIL. I just want to officially announce with Declare Your NIL, I am the executive director of esports at Declare Your NIL. That is the sponsor of this podcast with our CEO of AcesFryGuy, Robert Carlton. I want to send shouts out to every single person that's listening right now. If you are a casual esports player or you are a competitive esports player, how do you declare your NIL in esports? This is the way. This is the structure. If you're listening to this all over the world, you need to send this to a friend. You need to download it. You need to let somebody else know that there is a way that you can declare your NIL as an esports player. Like, this is the first thing of its kind. And I'm super excited because they tapped me on the shoulder. They said, Dolo, we want you to be the executive director of esports at Declare NIL. And I said, this is one of the most fantastic situations that I could ever speak on when it comes to esports. Like, we're evening the playing field. When I say we're evening the playing field, we're evening the playing field. And also, I want to let everybody know that the Talk Your Game podcast, Operation 1 Million Intel, is still going. So for those of you that need to get information about Declare Your NIL, just go to the website, declareyournil.com, and sign up. You have a free package and you got the enhanced package. Now, I'm going to tell you something. The free package is cool, but the enhanced package is absolutely awesome. Oh my goodness. You're going to be so, so happy to check this out. So, with that being said, we're going to get back to our guest, which is none other than Mr. Carlton, Robert, the owner of AcesFryGuy. So, with that being said, Rob, I'm so excited. I'm so glad you're here. We've been through a lot just to even get you here. Oh my goodness.
well, thank you guys for having me.
Absolutely. So, what I wanted to ask you is what's new? What food items do you have coming? Um, what do you have new that you have decided to put on the menu? And also, I wanted to ask you um, about, like, because I know that you've had your ups and downs with the business, and if you could just touch on that a little bit, because there may be some people that's listening right now that will be encouraged. I know you talked about the ups and downs, but I know that you've seen business in such a way that no other person has seen it. So can you talk about that? I know it's a little long-winded, but yeah, just talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, so for me, I've always had this, you know, always this in the back of my mind of just wanting to always, have my own business and just, that whole entrepreneurial side of just, the thrill and the excitement of just being a business owner and things of that nature. And, for me, I've seen, the highest of the highs and the lowest of the lows. I've had other businesses, that made millions of dollars. Um,
Wow. Wait a minute. We
yeah.
just can't just skip over that. Millions of dollars, folks. I want you guys to listen. He has seen millions of dollars, a multimillionaire that's in your midst right now. For those of you that are watching, a multimillionaire. That's why I said I'm so glad I was able to get some of your time, because I know your time is valuable. And okay, I just had to say that. Go ahead. Go ahead.
and and that's the thing I think a lot of people don't realize is, and I always have this saying, and
Hmm.
it's in order to open a business or have a business, you have to understand business.
Okay.
And it's a really true statement, because a lot of times when you're not really business minded, but you want to get into it and you don't understand it totally, you can make tons of money. Don't get me wrong.
Hmm.
I've seen plenty of people do it and get out there and, and you can blow plenty of money. I'm a prime example of, being from there to actually losing everything
Hmm.
and going to nothing. And that just from that experience of doing that actually showed me, like, it taught me so much, you
Hmm.
know and now that I have regrouped, like, I look at things totally different, and how I approach things, and how to proceed moving forward, because a lot of times when you're in that situation and you just have so much money, you don't even know what to do with it. You can just go out there and whatever you see you want to buy, you just buy,
Right.
you know?
Right.
And you don't realize you know, what's behind it, because you're just in that moment,
Hmm.
and everybody has that moment,
Right.
whether it's with money or without money, or whatever, everybody has them high sides of their life and the low side. We all go through that. And I think, we all have our own journeys in life, and our own paths to go. But, these are just things you have to learn, you know, just if this is something you're going into. If you're trying to open a business or go into a business, just really understand and know what you're going into. Because, you know, like I say, and it's not for everybody.
Got you.
There's everybody has different walks of life. So, you just have to know your path and where you fit in, and take that path. And I think, that's where we all start at.
Got you. Got you. What were some of the things that you bought that that the young people would be like, oh man, that's nothing I could, like what would be something that you thought, I was like, man, that was an impulse buy?
Oh man, let me tell you, man, I would just I would just go out. Some days I'll be like, you know what? I'm finna go out. I'm gonna go shopping. I'm gonna go out and blow $20,000, or I'm gonna go to this lot and I see this brand new, $80,000, $100,000 vehicle on the showroom floor. Yeah, give me that one right there. I'll be right back. That's your check. Here you go. Paid for, done. You know,
Wow.
and you don't think about it. You really don't think about it when you're in that moment. It just seems like it's just natural,
Got
like,
you.
you know, but
Got you.
yeah, so it's an exciting, it's like a adrenaline rush,
Mm-hmm.
like,
Mm-hmm.
just being in them type of situations where you're not worried about how much you spend or what you spend, you just spend.
Got you. Got you. So now that you've been through all of that and you got Ace's Fry Guy, talk to the people, because there may be some people out there that may want to hire you. They may want to get some of your food from your menu. Maybe do some catering. Talk to the people, because this is all over the world. Everybody's listening to this. Um, some of the festivals that you've done, some of the work that you've done, who you're working with, who you're currently working with. Let's talk about that.
Okay, all right. Well, yeah, that's a pretty exciting journey right there. So, along with that, we've actually opened up a storefront,
Okay.
along with the food truck. So we do have a storefront in downtown Albuquerque off of Fourth and Central,
Okay.
400 Central, Northwest. Um, but so what we're looking at now, and what we're wanting to do is, so with this, what we would like to do with this, and this is what we have in the making right now, is
Okay.
we're actually starting AcesFryGuy franchise,
Awesome.
um,
Awesome.
where, where we can actually, have the food truck, because I think we have a pretty unique menu. We cater to a lot of different ages with our menu.
Hmm.
um, and a lot of people love us. Our for one, we have our famous fries,
Okay.
and along with our famous fries, I mean, we have flavors. Like I was saying, we have Taki flavor, we have red Taki, blue Taki, we have Flamin', we even have a Cheeto, like the Cheetos, and these are the actual powders that we have a manufacturer that actually make all our powders
Nice.
and things for us. Yeah. We have chickle flavor. We have jalapeno cheddar. We have, sour cream and onion. And this is just a start. We have about, right now on the menu, we probably have about, I would say, about 13 flavors.
Man.
Um, yeah, we have about 13 flavors, but I actually have about 31 flavors, maybe a little bit more than that. And
Woo!
yeah, and what we want to do is we're going to start introducing, these new flavors a little bit at a time. We want to be the king of fries. So,
There we go.
uh, so along with that, we're going to start coming out with some new flavors like sriracha, bacon cheddar. We have some really hot fries for people that actually want to take like a hot challenge, like the blue and red Inferno.
Ooh.
Um, yeah, and these are some ones that are, and then I mean they're delicious, but you better have some milk and some other stuff there because
Well, look, I'm excited. I'm gonna have to come over there to Albuquerque now. I gotta come. I gotta come, Robert. I gotta come over there.
Hey, man, you got to come out and check us out, man. I'm telling you, you're gonna love us, and that's our concept, is actually bringing all this into other different states and starting it out. We have some of the best tenders around that you have seen. I mean, they're very crispy on the outside, but tender. And I've been to different places, and I'm not saying this just because it's Ace's Fry Guy, but um, we really believe in what we put in our recipes and how we cook our tenders and things of that nature. We really take pride in it. And I mean, these are going to be some of the biggest, best, and juiciest tenders that you have ever tasted. We have some really good flavors there. We do Hawaiian, we have Jamaican jerk, honey lemon pepper,
Wow.
mango habanero. I mean, just to name a few. And if you guys, go to our website, acesfryguy.com, and you can see a lot of different flavors and things like that we have on our menu. But along with that, our ultimate goal is going out and expanding it, taking it to other states, and letting other people get the experience that people have here in New Mexico.
Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. Well, I mean, I think that for those of you that are listening that are close to New Mexico, maybe the surrounding areas, shoot, we may just have to do a tournament, a gaming tournament, and have Aces Fry Guy there on location. Um, well, some of the people that are listening currently would like to know: do you have honey mustard? Do you have a honey mustard flavor?
Yes, we do. We actually have honey mustard. Yeah, that's one of our flavors that we do have. Honey lemon pepper. We have, we have a few different honey, a couple of honey flavors that are really good. We have a Nashville. We even have a Nashville fry that's actual Nashville powder. And I mean, it tastes so good. I'm getting hungry talking about it.
Well, shoot, I look.
But
I've declared my NIL, so I'm definitely looking for a sponsorship, Robert. I would love to have a sponsorship from you guys.
right. And, along with that, Dolo, we actually are coming out with and this is going to be for you.
What? Oh my
Yeah.
goodness, yes. Oh my God, listen,
So,
everybody, listen, when you declare your NIL, you get sponsorships. I am being sponsored by AcesFryGuy. Oh.
yes, we have. And, what we're doing is we're coming out with a half Dolo combo meal.
Oh my goodness, the Halfdolo.
So, everybody here around the world can know that there's going to be a half Dolo combo meal and it is delicious. And
Yeah.
that half Dolo combo meal consists of we have it's some new items we've been coming out with, like our bird dogs and
Okay.
our yeah, and our what are they,
The
the little
flavors?
mini no, it's the little mini. I just did a little blank there. It's the little mini chicken sandwiches.
Oh,
So it's like the
sliders.
sliders. Yeah, the
Oh, okay,
sliders.
okay,
That's what I'm
okay.
trying to
Yeah.
get.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
So yeah, and that's another new item that we just came out with. But the on our new bird dogs, and which are so delicious, man. And a lot of people that come up to the truck, and now that we have these advertisers, are like, "What's a bird dog?" Because people see the hot dog and they're
Yeah.
thinking it's like a hot dog. No, this is a chicken tender on the bun, and it has flavor. And the one that we specially got for you, Dolo, is the barbecue bacon bird dog with our barbecue fry.
Hey, the barbecue. The barbecue bird dog with the barbecue
And
fries. There we go.
hey, there you go. And this is really some really bold flavors. Our fries, it's like a smoked barbecue powder that our manufacturer makes that we put on our fries. And I'm telling you, you eat that fry, you'll never want to pick up a potato chip again.
Oh, there we go. Well, I'm gonna tell you this, man. Look, I'm excited when I come to Albuquerque. I've never been to Albuquerque, so we're gonna have to have a tournament, and then we're gonna have to have you be the major sponsor. Maybe we can get somebody else over there to sponsor, and we'll do some tournaments and get the people over there in New Mexico and surrounding areas. So if you're listening and you have heard this podcast and you're in the New Mexico area, if you're in Arizona or somewhere close, you need to go patronize this business, AcesFryGuy. Go to AcesFryGuy.com. Go check out the new combo, the half Dolo. Oh my God, I'm excited. Oh my goodness, it is on. I can't wait to share this with the whole world. I mean, I'm so excited, man. Jeez, this is
Hey, we're excited
amazing.
for you, man. I think this really it really fits you, and I think this is a good signature move for you. So, I'm really excited for you, man, and
I'm
excited just to, and really happy to be able to do something like this for you and have this on our menu. So, and we do, I mean, tons of festivals and city events and this and that. So, I mean, yeah, a lot of people finna know about this half Dolo.
Oh my God. Everybody, listen, I got people right now that are listening to this and they say, can you ship it? Can you ship the half Dolo out to different states? Oh my God. This is great. This is amazing. Also, that might be next. Like, hey, Rob, I don't know. Like, people like, I need you to come to this state, or maybe we have to do a tour, Aces Fry Guy tour or something. Or
Hey,
we
there
have to
you go,
put that
man.
together. But yeah, what was I know that you've done festivals. What it was in New Mexico, they have a big festival coming up. Aren't you doing some festivals like coming up? Uh
Yeah, yeah,
okay.
we have like we do like one of the big the some of the biggest ones they have, like the Albuquerque Bloom Festival. That's one of the biggest
Okay.
festivals, the biggest bloom festival in the world. And
Absolutely.
and people from all over the world come to this festival. Um and yeah, that I mean that makes some noise. We do that one. They have the Lavender Fest. We do it's called the International Food Truck.
Mm,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And that's another big one too, where they have all the it's a big food truck festival that they have here
okay.
at the Bloomfield Park. And we're part of that. Normally a lot of the major like I said, a lot of the major festivals that they have out here we're normally a part of. They have another one coming up. It's called um the Hatch
Okay.
chili festival, because through Albuquerque and throughout New Mexico, one thing that we are known for is our red and green chili, and that's something
Mm,
that a lot of people know about but don't know about. I
got you.
know when I went to California, and um, I was from New Mexico when I went out there, and when I went out there, I was so used to our menu, and I go out there to a restaurant, and I'd be like, "Oh yeah, can I get some green chili?"
Mhm.
They're like, "Green chili? Are you talking about jalapenos?" So, but once you get to taste that flavor, and it's just like it's such a very authentic New Mexican flavor, and that's what we're known for. We have the it's called Hatch, New Mexico, and that's where they grow all the Hatch green chili and everything. And then they have the big roasters where they're roasting this chili, and you just smell it all through the air, and you're just like, wow, that's such a wonderful smell.
Yeah.
And yeah, so along with our bird dogs, we do have a New Mexico red and green bird dog that we
Awesome.
do offer as well. Yeah, and it's just along with the culture and stuff like that. So, but yeah, man, it's really amazing. Those are just some of the festivals, and those festivals draw anywhere from 50, 100,000 people. Bloom Fiesta is like amazing, maybe 400 or 500,000 people to that
Got you.
festival.
Now, are
And
you? I know that you're in New Mexico. Is there another state you're thinking about coming to? I know you came here. You was in. I met you in Las Vegas. Well, are you thinking about coming to California, Southern California, to create? Or
yeah, yeah, go ahead.
yeah, yeah. Just wondering, like, what's the next step for your expansion?
Yeah, and that's kind of what we're looking at, Dolo, is like I said, we're looking to actually expand out and coming out to other places like California and Arizona, Texas, just a lot, Oklahoma, a lot of different places. So we actually would like to hit all the states, man, and actually give people opportunity through our franchise actually invest, because this is a great investment. It really is,
Awesome.
and because it's so different from what a lot of food trucks that are out there, and that's another reason that we get booked into a lot of the different festivals because of our menu and what we offer. And a lot of times what I've learned is with the festivals and things like that, people are always looking for something different. They don't want, all taco trucks, or or all trucks are serving barbecue, or all trucks just,
Yeah.
you know, yeah. So, you got to always have that little niche of just kind of being different. And when we were coming in creating this, that's what we came up with, to have the niche of being different. And as far as the kids and this and that, like that's the first thing they look at when they come to our truck is our fries,
Got you.
you
Got
know.
you.
And and when they're with the parents, the parents, that's the first thing they want to do is, hey, you know what? Let me feed the kids, get them out the way, and we can do what we need to do. You
Got you.
know. Uh,
Now, I wanted to ask you
so
this with the with the a franchise. So, if somebody out of the country wanted to uh, purchase the franchise, because I know that this is going to all parts of the world. and they wanted to get in contact with you, do they reach out to you on AcesFryGuy.com, or what's the best way to reach you in reference to those that want to invest?
Yeah, they can reach out to us through there, also through our email.
Okay.
You
What's
know,
your email?
the AcesFryGuy@gmail.com. You can go there and, you can reach out to us. We will definitely get back to you and, and kind of go over, the package that we have and what we offer, along with that, because when you do buy into the franchise, that does, you get the truck, you get the franchise name, you get everything, within this franchise. And we also give you, uh, it's like a guidance type startup package
Okay.
to actually show you how to be successful. And this is from my own personal experience, going into this business is, how do you get out there and how do you market? How do you find the markets? You know, how do you get yourself going? Because a lot of people that go into this, and I've seen this from my own personal experience, that actually go into this um, type of business or even a restaurant is, you have to know how to market, you have to know how to network and
Mm-hmm.
really get yourself out there to grow. I see a lot of food trucks that just go out there and they don't understand the first thing of business and marketing. They just go sit on the corner, and then they
Right.
wonder a year later or whatever, like why they're closing, because they're just like, it's a tough business. But when you have uh, a plan and a map behind it, actually showing you, giving you instructions and showing you how to actually, be successful along from coming in when you come into the franchise and what you need to do and, how to get money flow. We have different little marketing things, how to sell 50,000 pieces of chicken in a couple of months. You know,
Ooh.
so, there's a lot of different things that come along with it. So,
Okay, good.
for
So you when they purchase the franchise, then you have like you have a training package with it, so to speak.
correct,
Got you. That's
correct.
that's amazing. So everybody that's listening, if you're thinking about investing into a new business, an up and coming business, this business has been proven. You want to reach out to Mr. Carlton, Mr. Robert Carlton, about Aces Fry Guys and the opportunity to franchise. Will they be able to get the information on how much it costs on the website, or do you
Yeah.
have? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Once they come to the website and let us know and contact us, we'll get over a full package of, costs and everything and what it is. And it's a lot cheaper than a lot of people think. I've seen plenty of franchises out there and, you just, and they sound exciting. You'd be like, you see like a McDonald's franchise or a Baskin Robbins or like a Dunkin' Donuts and this and that. People like, oh yeah, well it's like $100,000 to for it again, and be like, oh, 100, oh man, I love that. But what you don't realize is, when you actually give that $100,000, that's just for the name.
Right. 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 Talk about it. Talk
You know,
about it. People need to hear
and
this.
yeah, and you're just buying the name. That's not saying that you got to have at least a couple of million in the bank, and you got to be able to open, because that's now you got your restaurant, you got your building, you got to get
Hmm.
everything in there, and about time you're done with that, you're looking at, that's why you got to have at least 2 or 3 million to, that's just a start. That's just a start in it. That's not
Right.
even the big side of it. So, don't let them fool you. When you hear these franchise deals and they're saying, "Hey, it's sorry," no, it takes a lot more. When you do your research work and you really look deep into it, there's a lot more behind it.
You're
But
correct.
yeah, and but with us, we're not feeding you no bull, this and that. We're straight, direct, and and me personally, I want to see people out there grow and succeed, and this is something that they've always looked at doing or something they want to do. Hey, I want to see you grow because I mean, that's what I'm about, man. You know, and
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's a perfect segue into our last question that I'm going to ask you. But for those that are looking to franchise, those for you, those folk that have some money that want to invest, if you've, because I can honestly tell you, I've looked at, some businesses that were started back home in North Carolina. Bojangles, for example, you have to have $2 million liquid and you have to open up two more franchises. That's how they set it up. So you're correct in what you're saying. Um, and so, with that being said, the last question that I wanted to ask you was, um, if you were to give someone a word of advice after everything that you've said about the business, um, but you want to give somebody word of advice from all over the world that are listening, what word of advice would you give them about entrepreneurship and about uh, being successful?
okay. Um, so the word of advice I think that I would give is, just know what you're going into, understand what you're going to, and understand business first off.
Mm-hmm.
You know, being an entrepreneur, you have to really understand business and know what you're getting into because everything isn't what it seems either.
Okay.
And we all have, everybody that has an entrepreneurial spirit and this and that, we have big dreams, man. And if when you do go into business, a big word of advice is focus on what you're going into. Don't get scatterbrained. And, because you start going into one thing, and you go talk to a buddy and they're like, hey, man, I got this going on. And, oh, yeah, that sounds good. Well, and then once you start taking on too much, you
Mm-hmm.
start to lose focus uh, what you originally started with, and that's happened to me.
Gotcha.
Being in business, I've been there, and I, had this great idea, and I was just like, and next thing you know, another great idea came, and then this one, and I'm like, kind of juggle too much. So, to just step back, something comes up that you think about, write it on a piece of paper, put it down, but get what you have started off the ground and successful first before you can move on to your next thing. Once you get there, then you'll be able to move on to the next thing, because you have to start somewhere, you're trying to pull money to get this started, and how you gonna pull money to get this started when you're trying to pull money to get this started? And it can just become a big old like puzzle that you're trying to put together,
Mm-hmm.
and we don't have all the pieces there. You get so far and then you're just like you're stuck because you just because you don't concept business and you don't understand what it takes. And the most important words is just focus on the prize. And when you focus on the prize, I guarantee you're going to see success in what you're doing. And third of all is believe in yourself and believe in what you're doing,
There we go.
because when you believe in yourself, other people start to believe in you, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
and that's where it starts at. You can't go out there and try to do something and you don't even believe in what you're doing. It's just something that you want to do. So,
Right.
that's, you have to believe in yourself and take it from there. And if you do that, I guarantee you, you're gonna get some success out of it because, for me, once I really started to believe in what I was doing, I started to see so many different doors open, and my focus just went to there, and then it went from one thing to another. So everyone out there, whoever's listening and this and that, just start there and just really really look at really think about what you want to do and just make sure that it's something you really want to do. A lot of times you get like kids going to college and this
Mm-hmm.
and that. And you know what? They're not there because that's something that they really want to do. They just want to do it because it's just something they believe they have to do. So they'll go out there and they'll start trying to get a degree in something that they didn't even want to do. And then
Right.
what happens? They graduate and they're like, okay, this isn't what I wanted to do. So, you gotta you gotta make sure that that it's something that you really want to do.
Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. Well, I know that you are extremely busy, Robert, and I just want to say thank you for taking the time to work with me to get you onto this podcast. I'm extremely grateful for your time, and I am extremely grateful. I got a combo.
There you go.
Man, I am. I'm so thankful. And for those of you that are listening, when you declare your NIL, you get sponsorships. I just got sponsored by AcesFryGuy with a new combo that's going on, this new menu that he's got going out, and I'm super excited about it. So for those of you that haven't been able to patronize his business, if you're in Albuquerque, New Mexico, he has a storefront. He also has a food truck. He's expanding, and he has franchise opportunities. You need to go to AcesFryGuy.com and give them the email address if they want to reach out to you for franchises again.
Yeah, it's AcesFryGuy@gmail.com.
There we go. So those of you that are watching, make sure that you and listening, those of you that are watching and listening, make sure that you get that information. Reach out to them, tell them Halfdolo sent you. And I'm so excited. And of course, I know you got to go, Robert, but we getting ready to fade to black, as I always say. For those of you that know about the podcast and know about the stream, we getting ready to fade to black.
All right. Well, it was a pleasure, man, and thank you guys for having me, man. And we got to definitely link up, man, and you got to come out here, man. So
Absolutely.
we're definitely
Absolutely.
looking forward to it.
Absolutely. That sounds great to me. Okay, y'all. Well, we will see you guys on the next podcast. And God bless y'all. Blessing and